This is Rise. Let's lock in with the goal of changing one life at a time. Yours. Together, let us rise up, inspire, strengthen, and elevate our minds. It's time to rise on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hello and welcome to Rise. My name is Dr. Saran Heron. Today we are going to talk about finding your passion after college. Maybe you are unaware what degree, major, and could not decide while enrolled in college, which can be frustrating, and how you can rise above it and pick your major. My guest today is Shelly Ann Davis. She is a clerk typist, graduated from Borough of Manhattan Community College in New York, and currently working in the school district of her hometown, Lehigh Acres Middle School. She is here to tell us about finding her passion and how she found it after college, which can be difficult. Let us get right into it. Shelly Ann Davis, welcome to Rise here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hello, Dr. Heron, and thank you for giving me this opportunity today to tell my story.
Share with us your current career and explain your college degree that you hold.
I am the head clerk typist at Lehigh Acres Middle School in Florida with an associate's degree in liberal arts from the Borough of Manhattan Community College in New York.
Tell us about your experiences and expectation during your college time.
So when I started college, I had the expectation of holding a nursing degree because when I was in high school, I went to a high school that specialized in the healthcare field. The name of that high school was the World Academy of Total Community Health, located in Brooklyn. But after my first semester, which was very hard and flustering because it's my first time in college, I had low grades, which for the nursing program, you have to have all A's and B's. So that led me to switch to liberal arts, which focuses on writing and the study of history and creative arts. Because I was qualified for liberal arts, that also qualified me for the ASAP program, which is a program that helps kids along the way during college. And I had a full paid scholarship after entering into that program.
Why do you think finding your passion did not happen for you like other people who may declare one's degree going into college?
I believe I really had something to learn in changing my major. I had opportunities to explore and see different things and learn different skill sets that even till today, I still use those skill sets in my passion.
What advice can you give to someone that may be feeling like they don't know what degree, career path they want to pursue?
I would tell them it's okay if you don't know right now what you want to do, especially when you're young. I know a lot of younger people who don't know what they want to do and, life is just hitting them. And I would say stick with it and just know that life has a way of setting you up for your future. To give an example, I took a speech class, which I believe every college student has to take a speech class. And a lot of college students were nervous for that class. And so I decided to take it during my summer semester, which is a very shorter semester than fall or winter. And I fell in love with that class and I learned a lot of things. And now I speak with confidence. And now in my job that I'm doing now as a clerk typist, I speak on the loudspeaker and call the buses every single day. So that class set me up for that.
Great. That's amazing. Now help us understand any frustrations that you encounter while in college and how you dealt with it.
So my frustration started from my childhood. At the age of 2, I ate paint off the walls, which was very common in the 90s because they had a paint that was very peelable. And, as a child, kids pick things off the wall. So I ate that. And when my mom brought me to the doctor told her my blood levels showed a high level of lead in it. And he also told her that I would struggle in school because that was in my blood. So I think of the age of in third grade, I struggled with grammar. That was a problem area for me. But nevertheless, I still fell in love with writing in high school. And my mom, she did a really good, amazing job with, I would tell her my stories that I wanted to write for my papers, and she would write them. And that basically let me see, okay, this is how a paragraph is formed. This is how you structure a sentence. You know, you have to put periods, commas. You can't keep using the same words over and over. So in college, I still struggled with that, and I had to have professors help me. Also, it was embarrassing, but I stuck with it and got through it.
Any lessons you learned?
Yes, I learned a big lesson. I learned to never let the lack of a skill keep you from your goal. Even if you have to work twice as harder than your other peers, than the other students in the class, stick with it, because that will just make your accomplishment, what you're reaching for, that much sweeter.
How important do you think having a supportive system is critical during the college period?
I believe it's very, very essential to have a strong support system, especially in college. I would suggest you find someone who's going down the same career path as you, just because sometimes I know for myself when I was in college, I thought like, man, I'm only going through this alone. I'm the only one experiencing this. And just by talking to someone else who was in the same field as what I was doing, it showed me that I'm not alone and other people have experienced this, and it gave me the hope and the joy to know that I can make it out of this situation.
Now, tell me about a typical day at your current job and the most favorite part of your job.
So a typical day working in a front office is we service all the customers, from dealing with transportation issues for to schedule parents to meet up with counselors. We also work closely with the administration team, which is the principal, assistant principals, to ensure that the school is following all protocols from the district. My favorite part of the day is the parents and the children, because they are very comfortable with me and they know that I am going to help them as best as possible.
Now, how did you know that you found your passion? Where are you today?
I knew I found my passion because I find joy in what I do. And a lot of people come up to me and say, your work is very good. I take pride in my work. It doesn't feel like a burden to go to work. And a lot of people see that I'm happy. And that's one thing. When you go to work, you never want to go to work burdened down. You want to be happy and produce the best work that you can.
Excellent. What discipline and mindset do you have as you continue to work your way up to where you are today?
So I have a saying that I always say to myself to keep myself on track. And that saying is, you have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. And that stands as a reminder for me that even though the situation is hard now, or I'm dealing with something rough now, I know that later in the future, I'm going to be more comfortable with that and it's like a skill that I'm gaining. So it's rough now, but on the other side, it will be easy.
Prior to working at your current jobs, what industries have you worked in prior?
I have worked in a lot of customer service fields, from places like Madison Square Garden, Yankee Stadium, and a Brazilian bakery, which helped me to sharpen my customer service skills. An experience that I had working is when I was working at Madison Square Garden, we are able to get tips. And the supervisor came to me and said, Shelly, you're doing an amazing job, but you're not connecting with your customers. And I kind of looked at her like, what do you mean? And we had another customer come. She took him and she connected with him. She had a whole conversation with him. She spoke to him. And because of her doing that, I got a bigger tip. And I learned something from that you can do your job, but there's a way that you can do it and go above and beyond. So I always took that lesson with me.
Great lesson. You are listening to Rise on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Saran Heron, and today we're talking to Shelly Ann Davis, a clerk typist, graduated from Borough of Manhattan Community College in New York, and currently working in the school district of her hometown, Lehigh Acres Middle School. She is here to tell us about finding her passion and how she found it after college, which can be difficult. Any words of wisdom for college students who may be feeling like they don't know what career or degree they want to study?
Yes, I would tell them to stick with it, make the best of every class because you don't know what the future has in store for you. I would also tell them to sit with their advisors. I know that it's a lot of children, a lot of students in college, but make time to sit with your advisor and voice any concerns, any plans that you have, and use all available resources to you in college.
We know at times any job may present what we call the worst day when dealing with students. What does a bad day look like for you, and how do you approach it?
So a bad day looks like for me, number one, we work with middle school kids. Those are preteens, the ages from 11 years old to 13 years old, who are going through hormones, body changes. Some of them may be in foster care. Some of them may have issues at home. And school may be the only place for them to voice their opinions or vent. So we do have students who may be yelling, screaming, have extreme outbursts. Number one, the way that I deal with it is I assess the situation. I never take on a situation that I know I can't handle or I know that in my mind, I can't be able to help that person. So I would say assess yourself first. If I see that I can help that student, then I go ahead and calm them down. Then I ask them what's the problem, what's going on. And then after that, I direct them into the right place of where to get help. That might be a guidance counselor, a social worker. And then from there, they go ahead and take on that situation.
Great. Can you share with us how your prior experiences helped in molding you for your current job?
Yes, working in the service field helped me a great deal. It taught me to be patient, to be understanding, patient to parents because we also are parents ourselves, number one. Number two is even though we're dealing with 1,000+ children, when a parent comes up to you, you want to make sure that you have their child needs at hand. And number two, dealing with students, same thing. You also want to make sure that you have their needs at hand. So you have to be very understanding and patient. It also has taught me to roll with the punches and to multitask.
What do you find most rewarding about your current position?
I love that I'm helping to mold the future, to give students life skills, because teaching doesn't only happen in the classroom, which is a very common mistake. Teaching happens all around the school, from them socializing with other students, from them sitting in the cafeteria, from them coming to the front office and us teaching them about manners, saying, excuse me, please, may I, also to down to the custodial staff that teach them to clean up after themselves.
What are a few things about your role that someone listening may not know about your responsibilities as a clerk typist?
I believe that a lot of people don't know about a clerk typist is that we're a key component to a school. We have to voice parents' concerns. We have to make sure that teachers are aware of any changes that's going on in the school, if we might need a substitute. Hey, that class, you're not going to be in that class today, you're going to be over here. The bell might be late, or the kids might be outside a little bit longer. Also, we have to work very closely with administration so the parents know that any guidelines that the district has given us, any new ones.
Do you want to share a memory that you recall that helped you along your journey?
Yes. So I remember my best friend started to work in a school before I did. And she always would come to me and tell me, hey, you should join the school system. And I would tell her, no, it's not for me. And she would say, no, I think you're a good fit. And that was when I was living in New York. And now I'm living in Florida. And that position presented itself, a school job. And now I'm here and I'm loving it. So that taught me that sometimes things are right in front of your face and you just have to go and get it.
Any regrets as to not finding your passion right after college?
As of right now, I have no regrets. But when I was going through the process of finding my passion, I did have a lot of regrets. I had regrets that maybe I should have stuck with nursing. Maybe I made the wrong choice. I still don't know what to do, and I'm in my second year of college. And I'm glad that I went down this road, because if I didn't choose this, then I wouldn't have found my passion and be where I am today.
What's one advice you want to leave with us today and those listening to the program today?
One advice that I would leave is, I know college can sometimes be a lot, especially in your first semester. You know, you're going from high school where the teachers are holding your hand and they're making sure you have work done. You have your parents that are, making sure, hey, is my child in school? Did they come to class today? I know that it can be a lot and it can be stressful, but also keep in mind your mental health, which is a lot of the issues today that a lot of young people are struggling with, is mental health. So always take time for yourself, to gather yourself, take a breath if you need to. It's okay to not be okay sometimes, and take a pause, step back, relax, and then go back and finish what you were doing.
What's the least favorite part of your job?
My least favorite part of the job is seeing the children cry, because when we work in a school, we have to take a mental health training, which tells us that for our own mental health, we don't ever want to bring the children's issues home. Because sometimes, and that's as being a human, you think about things all the time. So it might be, Kathy had a bad day, and then I helped Kathy, and now I'm home in my home with my child, and I'm still thinking about Kathy. So you have to, for myself, it's very hard for me to detach from the children, especially when I know they're so young and sometimes they go through so much. So I have to take a time for myself where I calm myself and I think, that's work. This is home. But seeing them in tears always gets to me very, very badly.
I could imagine. What's the most important coworker to you at your work that you consider to be your supportive system?
So the most important coworker to me she is a assistant principal secretary. She has been there for 20 years. She has an illness, but her spirit is always high. No matter if she's not feeling well, no matter if she is just not up to it, you can ask her for anything and she will say yes. She gives me the confidence that I need to continue my day. She she also helps me if I need, to talk to someone, or to, hey, I need help. I need to reach out to someone, because a lot of times in the workplace, there's no one to turn to. There's no one that you can ask for help. And she is that person for me. And she's always trying to do little things for birthdays, or just making sure that everyone is recognized and making sure that everyone knows that they're important to this school. And like, she has that there's no I in team mentality.
How can someone listening connect with you?
They can connect with me by email, Shelly Ann Davis at yahoo.com. SHELLY_ANNDAVIS at yahoo.com.
You are listening to Rise on the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Saran Heron, and today we're talking to Shelly Ann Davis, a clerk typist, graduated from Borough of Manhattan Community College in New York, and currently working in the school district of her hometown, Lehigh Acres Middle School. She is here to tell us about finding her passion and how she found it after college, which can be difficult. Thank you for being here, Shelly Ann Davis. We really appreciate you coming to share your story with us.
Thank you, Dr. Heron, for having me on. It was wonderful to share my story.
Warm welcome to International Prayer Institute, Inc. Evangelist Camille James. I know you are listening in on today's program. Can you offer some encouragement or advice to college students listening in?
Thank you, Dr. Heron, for having me on the broadcast. And as we speak and share about finding your passion after college, we know that there are many students who have traveled down this pathway as early as 4 or 5 years old. In kindergarten, there are many students who start off, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a soldier. And then gradually, as they go to elementary, they go through high school, then college, they realize based on the changes in their life, just as Miss Davis has stated that there was a medical change in her life. So, as they go on in high school and college, something along the pathway changes and cause now that career that they had chosen from a younger age to take another turn, another twist. But I just like to say to each and every one that is listening, the twists and the turns in life, at times it will lead you right to your desired haven. It will lead you to that place where you will find that I am here. I am doing, I did not start out wanting to be a clerk in a school. I did not start out wanting to be a teacher. But here I am, the twists and the turns, the different issues and situation that present itself in life, it will get you there. It will lead you to the right pathway for your career, where that passion, that uncontrollable emotion that you have there, that barely you're just bursting. You want to get to work. You get up bubbly in the morning, happy to go to work, happy to be around your co-workers, your manager, your supervisors. And that is the passion. That is a passion that a lot of students will find after college. Each and every one of us, our pathway, at times, it started out the same from pre-kindergarten, but many times, the way to get there, there are going to be bumps. They're going to, we are on the same pathway, but you're going to see something different. You're going to experience something different as you go along. So the main thing about finding your career path after college is not to be down. Don't give up while you're in college. And others may be there. They are in the nursing. They are in doctor program. They have that major that they started out with, and they are doing it. It's not a time for you to give up. It's not a time for you to quit. It's not a time for you to say, no, I can't go on. When I graduate with my associate or my bachelor degree, what am I going to do? There is always something there after college, always an area that you can feel that somebody there is waiting for you. You may not know now going through it, but further down the line, you will see it as you go on, and you will realize that whatever career that passion is, you are cheerful, you are happy. If you're working in a studio, a radio studio, You are happy. If you are a teacher, as I said before, you enjoy doing it. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Started out looking bad, but the twists and the turns in life, it at times lead you to the right place. So my encouragement for the students who are currently at this place, you are not alone. You are not alone. Don't quit. Don't give up college. Don't say, I'm going to drop out. Don't say, since I can't figure it out now, I'm not going to go anymore. Keep pushing. Keep pressing to that mark, to that goal. Keep pushing. And as you run, when there is a race, there's a lot of people that is running in a marathon. There's a lot of people that is running, but you have to run to win. You have to run knowing that, yes, I can do this. I'm going to cross that finish line. I'm going to make it. So I just want to encourage each and every one, even professors who at times we see that they may be having a situation at home, on the way to work. And professors, sometimes we don't think about it. They go through the people who work in the office at the colleges. They are there. They go through. So just be encouraged and press towards that goal, toward that mark that you have set for yourself. Blessings to each and every one.
We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and all the best. And we're so glad you were able to rise above. Thank you, Evangelist Camille James.
Thank you, Dr. Heron, for having me.
I'm Dr. Saran Heron, and remember, you can find your passion. The journey may be different, and it's important to trust the process. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Rise here on the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.